Mobile was still a city on the rise. Cotton exports were vigorous, ships crowded the bay, and stately hotels were rising to rival those of Boston and New York. But in early fall, the promise of prosperity would go up in flames. Literally. On the evening of September 9th, a fire broke out in downtown Mobile. Fueled by dry winds and an urban core built almost entirely of timber, the blaze quickly grew into what became known as the Great Fire of Mobile. Entire blocks vanished overnight. Wooden storefronts, warehouses, and homes succumbed to the inferno. With no centralized fire department, volunteers formed desperate bucket brigades, but they were outmatched. Hundreds of structures fell. Ashes blanketed the port, embers drifted across rooftops. Mobile's bustling heart had been gutted. If that wasn't enough, just weeks later, the city faced a series of new, suspicious fires. Between October 2nd and 9th, 4 separate blazes erupted. Many residents believe these fires were intentionally set, a malicious act during one of Mobile's most vulnerable moments. The worst began at the Mansion House Hotel, then tore down Royal Street like a tide of flame. Within hours, 13 blocks were reduced to ash. Among the casualties stood the unfinished Government Street Hotel. Designed in grand Greek revival style by architect Charles B. Dakin, its soaring arches and column portico were meant to rival Manhattan's Astor House. The Mobile Advertiser described it as much larger and certainly more handsome. Now it stood in ruin. Walls charred, arches scorched, dreams undone. All of this unfolded as the city still grappled with the yellow fever epidemic, compounding fear and death. Mobile's future teetered on the edge. To learn more about America's Amazon, the Mobile Tensaw Delta, be sure to subscribe to Delta Safari.